Hi kids, it's me again, your host and catechist. Welcome back to our channel and the Catechism for Kids series. Today, we are going to meet another saint, and it is his feast day today. It's August 6th. Let's meet Saint Hormisdas, or Pope Hormisdas. Pope Saint Hormisdas, born in Frosinone in the Roman Campania, had a vibrant and impactful pontificate characterized by peace and victory. Before his ordination, he was married and had a son, Silverius, who also became a pope. As a deacon, Hormisdas firmly supported Saint Symmachus during his conflict with the anti-Pope Lawrence and the pro-Byzantine group. Although he faced difficulties during his election, Saint Hormisdas began his papacy on a victorious note by reconciling with the remnants of the Laurentian Schism. A more significant achievement was soon to follow. The Church of Constantinople had been in schism since 484, due to the actions of Patriarch Acacius. Even after many patriarchs returned to orthodoxy, they resisted removing Acacius's name from the liturgical tablets. This division was further complicated by Emperor Anastasius's leanings towards Monophysite heresy. Nevertheless, the Eastern Church's clergy, monks, and lay people increasingly desired an end to this schism, which weakened their stance against Monophysites. An unsuccessful attempt to reconcile was made in 514, when General Vitalian revolted and pressured Anastasius. However, after Anastasius's death in 517, optimism grew. His successor, the Orthodox believer Justin I, facilitated the reunion, as did popular opinion. A synod at Constantinople sent a representative to Pope Hormisdas to seek reunion. In response, Hormisdas sent back a delegation with a formula of faith. This was accepted on Holy Thursday, March 28, 519, reuniting the Church of Constantinople with the Catholic Church. This event brought immense joy and relief to the faithful. The Pope's formula of faith was crystal clear, reasserting the condemnation of the heresies deemed wrong by the ecumenical councils, and particularly condemning the actions of Acacius, strongly underlined the primacy and infallibility of the Roman See, proving to be a robust defense for Catholic orthodoxy from then on. It was signed by the Patriarch of Constantinople and eventually by 2,500 bishops across the East. Saint Hormisdas also rejoiced when he received news that the African Church was enjoying a brief period of peace following the death of the Vandal king Thrasimund. During his reign, Hormisdas took disciplinary actions and banned the phrase, "One of the Trinity was crucified," due to its misuse as a Monophysite slogan. When he passed away in 523, the church was generally peaceful, although there were signs of looming troubles in the West. How do you handle conflicts? Do you immediately assume that whoever doesn't agree with you isn't on your side? We all tend to get defensive when our position seems to be under attack. Jesus' words are especially important during these moments. Whoever is not against us is for us. Mark 9:40. Saint Hormisdas had to take these words to heart when he unexpectedly became pope during a time of schism. His reputation for diplomacy and composure under pressure eventually led to him being elected pope. When Hormisdas became pope, he inherited a 30-year-long schism between the Western and Eastern branches of the Church. Essentially, it came down to a disagreement over whether the Pope, the leader of the Western branch, had final say on doctrinal differences with the Patriarch, the leader of the Eastern branch. The Western and Eastern branches were on the brink of declaring themselves different churches, as is unfortunately the case today. Pope Hormisdas did not seek further conflict. He did not look at the Eastern branch as heretics or even enemies. Instead, he reaffirmed that the Catholic Church truly is one church, and that the Western and Eastern branches were the two lungs of Catholicism. He crafted the formula of Hormisdas, a profession of faith that affirmed the primacy of the Bishop of Rome. This document was pivotal, as it was eventually signed by all Eastern bishops, including the Patriarch of Constantinople. Formally ending the schism in 519 AD, Pope Hormisdas is now known as Saint Hormisdas, because he did not condemn those who disagreed with him. Instead, he calmly and lovingly brought them back into the fold. He lived by Jesus' simple yet difficult words: "Whoever is not against us is for us." This is going to be a critical lesson in the years ahead. Times are coming when all people of goodwill, all people of faith and values, are going to need to band together or we will be destroyed. This isn't meant to provoke fear, but rather preparation. Be careful who you cast aside as not being for us. Don't assume that someone who is not vocally for us is against us. Jesus is clear. Whoever is not against us is for us. Okay, kids, that's all for today's episode. If you liked this episode, please support us by liking and subscribing our channel. See you again, children, and remember that Jesus loves you very much.